Hey America, what's going on? It's Prepper22 here, and I got some good news and bad news. Bad news, yeah, we still have 22 vets a day that commit suicide. Good news, we have companies like Prepper22 now that give you ideas to get these veterans off the couch and back outside, training, prepping, having fun. Good morning, light fighters. Prepper22 here, and we just finished our morning stand to. That's where an hour before sunrise, all the way until an hour after sunrise, we all just hit the wood line. We sit there, we stop, look, listen, smell, and wait and anticipate for the enemy to try to engage us. And speaking of engaging with other military personnel, that's exactly what I'm trying to do here with this program, Prepper 22. Yeah, that's right. I'm a combat veteran, U.S. Army 10th Mountain Division, 371 Reconnaissance. And like other veterans, I lost a lot of people in Afghanistan and coming back from Afghanistan. And like Mission 22 always says, 22 veterans die a day from post-traumatic stress disorder, suicide, and they say do 22 push-ups a day for 22 days and post it on your fans only page, and that's gonna stop. That's not gonna stop. It's engaging with these veterans. It's calling them up saying, hey, look, check this out, we're about to go to a MMA fight. Hey, check this out, we're about to have a UFC fight party. Hey, check this out, I'm about to go hiking in the woods. Hey, check this out, I want to see how to move, shoot, move, and communicate at a paintball range. Will you teach me? So reaching out, talking to veterans, helping veterans, working with veterans, prepping with veterans. And we're always talking about engaging with other veterans. I would like to introduce Prepper 22's I don't even want to call them a sponsor at this time. I want to go ahead and call them a huge contributor. Right now, it's Solomon Clothing Company. They are a veteran-owned, combat veteran-owned company. You can hit them up on XD. They make custom patches, and they also make stock patches and stuff. Here's a couple of their pictures. But I hit them up. Yeah, everyone knows I like to advertise. Don't trust the police. We'll talk about that another day. Why? So I messaged them. I reached out. I looked for a veteran-owned company on XD, and I messaged them. I said, hey, look, check this out. I'm a veteran. I want to get a big patch that just says, don't trust the police, and put it on all my ACUs and BDUs and stuff. Can you help me? Within 2 weeks, this was in my mailbox. I ripped it open already, yeah, but I'm supposed to play the camera. It came from Solomon Clothing Company. All right, so nice, beautiful bag. If you got the scan code or whatever. If not, that's fine. Solomon Clothing Company, 100% made in USA. He's a veteran. Here's the patch, nice embroidered. Don't trust the police. And I'm gonna put it on my uniforms, my hat, everything from now on. It's Velcro, so it's ready to go right on. But you can also use the backside to sew up some other stuff. I'm gonna put it on another. Well, I'm gonna leave it right here for right now. Give a little plug on the videos and stuff. And oh, he left me a note. Thought it was just an invoice. Hi, Tim. My website is SolomonClothingCompany.com. I have been going for about a year now and still busy every day. Great quality. 2-week turnaround time. I'm still busy every day building and adding. I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service. I think it means more to me. No, it means more to me. More to me than a lot of people, because I am also a veteran serving from 1999 to 2007. Okay, I served from 2001 to 2007, so you got me there, in the U.S. Navy. I got you there. But no, thank you for your service. Doing 2 deployments, 2001 and 2003. So U.S. Navy combat veteran, 100% American-made patches, custom-made patches and stock patches. I'm gonna wear it with pride. I'm gonna, not because I don't like America, I love America, but this all-see-through patch just kind of looks like a black patch. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that there. And if you want to get a patch, hit them up. SolomonClothingCompany.com. Hit them up. This looks beautiful, and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna one up them. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. Solomon, start making the prepper patches. You can buy your prepper patch from Solomon Clothing Company. You have my endorsement. Thank you for your service. And I'm not going to stop there. I've endorsed Solomon Clothing Company. I love them. I love their work, and you will too when you get their gear. I hope you do. But, you know, it's not your fault, Solomon, that you were in the Navy. The Army recruiter, when you're in high school, probably was taking a day off. He probably hit his quota. But in the Army, unlike the Navy, we're not seamen. We work on, on the land. And this land right here, I know you guys aren't used to it. We do this thing called walking. Yeah, in the Army instead of the Navy, we were just riding motorboats and jet skis and stuff. So what I'm going to do is some Army tactics, very easy ones. It's called walking. I'm going to walk all the way down to where that road bends in. And then I'm going to find kind of like, I'm not really like thinking I'm getting hit, but I'm going to be doing traveling overwatch. Because what are the 3 types of speeds of movement? Traveling. That's when you're just getting from A to B as quick as possible. Maybe you're behind friendly lines still in your base. You're just moving, road marching. Not that you're out walking fast with all your gear because you're going somewhere, but you're going from A to B very fast. Then when you leave the wire, you start doing traveling overwatch. That's where you walk a little bit slower, you stop at like cover concealment, walk a little bit slower, stop, you're looking around at people and stuff. You can still move at a pretty adequate speed, but you have to keep in mind that, when shit hits the fan, we're never ready. Because how does Jesus say? He doesn't even know when the Father, who is very strange because they're the same, but he says that he doesn't even know when the end of the world's going to happen. So, you gotta always be ready. And then you do traveling overwatch, then bounding overwatch. We're not gonna do that right now. We're just gonna do traveling overwatch. So you're gonna see me go around the bend. Okay, I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna ride a motorboat, Solomon. We're gonna walk. I'm gonna go to that bend, and then I'm just gonna come back in a more, I would say, quasi-tactical way, because I don't have a big giant motorboat or a submarine or like a deck full of seamen waiting to help me. But I appreciate you helping me with this patch. Hit them up, SolomonClothingCompany.com. And thank you for your service, Solomon, and all you seamen. Today's video is dedicated to you. You ever forget I'm on a boat and it's going fast and I got an article theme. Traveling, moving behind friendly lines, moving as fast as possible, getting from A to B, traveling overwatch. And this is what we're going to talk about today. This is when you first leave from behind friendly lines, but you're not necessarily in enemy territory yet. You're kind of like in the no man's land or the gray area between the friendlies and the foes. And this is, if you think about it, this is where a lot of the action takes place or should take place. This is where a lot of reconnaissance patrols should be done, combat patrols should be done, bunkers set up, bug out locations, marauding or marauding, however you pronounce that. This is where you're moving slower with your whole team, just watching. Okay, light fighters. So the sun's coming up now. It's very bright. You don't learn this necessarily in PLDC, which I was commandant's list at, but you learn this in Ranger School. That when you're giving a class in the field, you make sure that the person who's teaching the class is looking towards the sun, and everyone else who's taking the class is looking away from the sun. That way, they're not like, oh, I can't see what you're saying. Oh, the sun's fucking me up. Oh, you want them to pay attention. So that's why I'm facing this way, and that's how you should be facing. I don't know how, Solomon, how you guys face in the Navy. Do you face out the window that's towards the cooler so you can drink a soda while you're on your motorboats out there, or do you? I don't know. But okay, anyways, so you can see the first two types of movement. If I'm still behind enemy lines, let's say I'm in the zombie Walking Dead apocalypse, and I'm with Negan and my boys, the saviors. You know, I'm in the sanctuary, but I'm a half a mile away from the front gate of the sanctuary, and I got my fucking marauders, and Negan's like, hey, go do what you do. And I'm like, you're damn right I'm gonna go do what I do, Negan. No, go do what you do. You're fucking right I'm gonna do what I do, Negan. So I'm like, I'm gone. Let's go, boys. We got a half a mile, but it's all safe. They're all our boys in there. So we're fucking walking. We're trooping fast. I can smoke it if I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I always do got it because I'm a raider. You know, I can run a little bit, jog, airborne shuffle. You know, I'm just fucking, I'm fucking going. I don't need to watch my back. The gate opens. I pass through the threshold of the front gate, and I step on land. That, you know, you Siemens don't have land. You know, you're always wet and stuff. You know, I'm not that thirsty, but I step on land through the gate. The gate shuts behind me. Now, there's not freaking, you know, bad guys right at the gate, pounding the gate down. I hope not. It's kind of like the gray area. I'm outside the gate, so I can't be traveling anymore. I can't just walk and smoke, but I'm not necessarily in the fucking shit yet. You know, I'm not in the bush where fucking Charlie and Taliban are fucking drinking tea and stuff. So I'm just, you know, I'm not smoking anymore. I'm just kind of walking slower. I'm doing the same thing. We always say seals, but we drop off the first S, because what's the first S? Stop. I'm moving still. I have to move, but it's okay. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I might take a break. I try to always use my non-dominant hand, my non-trigger finger hand. So if I'm walking with my gun or rifle, slung, I'd be like, but it's not that big of a deal, you know, because if you have it slung, you're like, oh. But, you know, it's a good habit. Good habit to make. I stop, you know, I listen, I smell. I make sure I know which side I'm listening, I'm oriented to. So I should never be hearing fucking, if I'm leaving the saviors or the friendlies and I'm walking that way, I never want to hear firefights behind me, because now I'm fucking, I'm in enemy lines. I'm not behind it, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking, I'm listening to stuff, I'm taking breaks, I'm going slow, I'm not talking, I'm not smoking, but no one's shooting at me. And I don't think I'm in anywhere that I can make contact. I don't think there's bad guys in the bush. Yeah, I'm not doing a death march. I'm not walking fast as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to get there. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it facing the sun this way, so you can see how this camo blends in. Thanks again. Hit them up. SolomonClothing.com. Made in American, United States veteran, combat veteran, owned and operated. And you know, we're giving all you veterans out there a class today. This is land again, and we walk on land. So, you know, I know when you guys see the sun, you probably jump out on your ships, take your shirts off, and sunbathe. We can't do that, you know, today. So we're going to turn the camera this way so you can see how this army camo blends in with the bushes and stuff facing it. And I'm going to walk. I'm going to do traveling out, walking fast, maybe running, doing an airborne shuffle. I'm not airborne, I'm a leg, doing a mountain man shuffle. And then when I get a little bit down, I'll do traveling, overwatch it back again. Traveling, moving as fast as I can with my group to the front gate to leave the perimeter. moving directly into traveling Overwatch as soon as we leave the perimeter of friendlies, keeping our eyes on a swivel, looking around, taking the time to hit a knee if we see anything to investigate. Back there, a high one too. You can see all this stuff. That's the bad thing about trying to move through these American southeastern swamplands is everyone's a deer hunter and everyone, has a gun. And we don't know, about a mile up the hill from the sanctuary. But we don't know because that's a freaking deer stand and we want to stay back here. Gonna watch it for a little while. We don't want to give up or compromise our position too early. We're not trying to get in a fight now. We got something to do. And what's your agenda? Are you just walking out to shoot the first thing you see, or are you trying to go somewhere? I'm trying to go from the sanctuary. We're trying to go over there to this place called the Hilltop and Maraid and stuff. And I ain't got time to get shot up or lose ammo or lose men to some one or two crazy motherfuckers sitting in the deer stand. So it's a good thing we were doing traveling Overwatch to see that deer stand. Did you see it? Look back there. Shortly after we left the wire, we kind of slowed down, did a traveling Overwatch where we went from one line to we staggered, and we didn't just stagger, we staggered. So if a grenade or something, or someone shot, they wouldn't shoot both. We staggered and we're watching and our heads are on swivels. And just, you wouldn't have saw that if your head wasn't on a swivel because it's pretty far back there and it's a good concealment. And it's a deer stand and it's looking this way. So it could possibly be like a LPOP, listening point, observation point, where they're seeing what kind of weapons, what kind of people, what times, their salute report for us leaving the sanctuary. Or it could be, vacant, but it's a close call. So we're gonna sit here right below the bush line, and we're gonna look at it for a couple of minutes. That's what I'm gonna say. We're gonna look at it, but what are we looking at? Again, what's our agenda? We're just staring at it? No, I'm actually gonna have my guys looking in and looking at certain spots to see if they see shadows or movements. We just want to identify if it's being occupied right now. So who can be more still? A trained Minuteman? Marauder? A savior? Or those guys? So, yeah, so it's right behind me, really far off. I'd say, man, probably 1,000 meters back. But, so we were talking about movements of patrolling, but we were also talking about agendas. You know, what's your agenda? And now we're thinking, if that's a threat, who's it a threat to? What's the agenda? So we're going to look at what's called a vantage point now. And the vantage point is if someone was in there, what are they looking at? If their vantage point was right here on the road, we're fucked. Because they would do an ambush. I heard about a guy that was wearing total terrain camo, and he wanted to do a death march, you know, traveling through like a hostile Lumbee territory, and he got hit by some indigenous people. Fight fighters, what's up? It's Prepper 22 here, and I am gonna go on what I like to call a death march. so anyways, right on the path. So I'm looking, and I'm gonna be honest with you, his vantage point is that way. It's not even going that way towards the sanctuary. It's going across the field. So, and you know, we've looked in it with some binos and stuff, and it doesn't look like there's been any modifications. Like, of course, maybe it was used to be a hunting stand, and then they found out the sanctuary is down that way, and they, you know, had to knock a wall down. It doesn't look like that. We don't see any holes in the walls or anything. We don't see any movement, so we're starting to think at this point that it is actually just an old hunting thing. But you got to think about that. I'm gonna keep walking now. But you see how you can't see me and stuff because I'm walking like this right here with the sun and stuff? That's what we were saying when we teach classes. But I'll be out of that sunlight in a minute. But you got to think, we're always talking about indigenous people. Okay, there we go. Probably a little better now. But you got to think, okay? I'm gonna move forward with my little bit of my paranoid psychosis rant. And you got to think, we're always talking about how, like, you know, fighting the Viet Cong, the Charlie, and then fighting the Taliban, and just indigenous people, and fighting on their land, and, you know, the farmers and the peasants and stuff. But it blows my mind. I mean, we've never, since the Revolutionary War or the Civil War, God bless, I hate the Civil War, slavery, fuck that, we'll talk about it later, fuck slavery. But you know, during the Revolutionary War in America is Minutemen, but you know, but think about like nowadays, if like Russia or, you know, Wagner or some fuckers came to invade. I live in fucking North Carolina. Like, you know how many fucking rednecks? I'm not even talking about the thugs and stuff. You know how many rednecks carry guns and have fucking hunting? I can't go hiking. Like, that was, I hope no one was gonna shoot me in that fucking thing. That was just a little training exercise. When I saw it, I thought it was cool that I ID'd it and we were able to move around like that and stuff. But like, do you know, if we got invaded by another country, how bad and hard? This ain't no rice fields. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no caves. We're a country of deer hunters. We're a country of rednecks who wear t-shirts that say, come and take it. And once a year, from I think Christmas Day until, I don't know, like the wintertime, I don't know. But we kill things. You know, when I first got out of the Army, the best transition for me, and if you're a veteran struggling with a type of PTSD like this, I first got out of the Army, and my father, who was a retired Special Forces guy, you know, he introduced me to deer hunting, and deer hunting was so fucking fun. I'm a vegan now, you know, I don't condone shooting fucking innocent deer and stuff, but when you do it, it's fun as fuck. You're creeping through the woods, you can wear whatever tactical shit you want, you know, real tree, Army camo, whatever. I mean, me and my dad got fucking geeked out and shit, and nerdy out. We didn't get like geeked out, you know. But you know, and then you're like, tactical, and you sit up in a deer stand, and then the deer come out, and deer look like fucking crackheads. I mean, they're doing bounding over. I mean, the best tactical movement through the woods is watch a fucking deer. I shit you not, watch a fucking deer. Or watch one of these hybrid wolves, not wolves, watch one of these hybrid foxes that the Robeson Sheriff's Department has been cloning to kill me. That's why I keep cameras on most of the time, so you do see that. But deer hunting was like, it fascinated me, and it really helped me transition from spending 15 months sneaking around the woods in Afghanistan killing men to looking forward to on the weekend sneaking around the woods for, you know, a couple hours and killing deer, you know, and it was cool. But think about that for a minute. Like, we're always like, oh, prepper, like deer hunters. If a man has been deer hunting his whole life, he's on my team. He can walk through the woods, he can shoot guns, he can sit up in a deer stand, he can make a deer stand. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go. I've been working for this guy Negan ever since the fucking downfall of civilization. He's cool. I mean, I like his mustache and shit. I had mine first. But it's like, I made this fucking cool ass bat, and I made a fucking like it was a cool bat. And I put some ball bearings on it. This motherfucker took it from me. So and he wants me to every day go out and raid and kill people and stuff, and I'm not down for that. You know, I'm not down for that. So I'm gonna go find some deer hunters, and I'm gonna start a new group, and we're gonna be called, instead of the Saviors, we're gonna be called the Jehovah's Witnesses, because we're pounding down your door. This was a fun one. This was an early morning, a quickie. Hit them up, Solomon Clothing Company. They did me good. Veteran owned, like I said. Combat Navy. He owns his own company. Hit him up. I put his links, XT SolomonClothingCompany.com. He makes custom made patches and stuff, and I endorse him.
Not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars or how she got them, has the telling signs of age rings down.
Hey preppers, what's going on? I don't know if this is gonna be a good ending to a Prepper 22 video or not, but took my wife's car this morning to do the training in Hyundai Elantra. Her Hyundai Elantra never had a spare tire in it, and I went pretty far out in the woods on a dirt road that I popped the tire. And you know, I could call someone to tow me or come pick me up, but I'm just gonna pack it. You know, I had a couple cans of Chef Boyardee packed in one of my get home bags and all that stuff. So I unloaded one of my get home bags. Not really like a shit hits the fan kind of thing. I packed like my important stuff, like my wallet, my phone chargers, you know, my cameras and all that stuff. And now it's like 12 miles from where I'm at, about 12 miles, give or take, almost 13 from where I'm at to my house. So I'm just gonna go. I got some water, got a gun, but I wanted to do something before I went, and I wanted to actually make this a part of the video. I haven't taken my my PTSD medicine yet, you know, and walking 12 miles down the road, you know, that might, you know, who knows. I always have an extra bottle of my post-traumatic stress disorder medication, and I keep it in my bug out bag, my get home bag, my hiking bag, whatever. So if I ever do get stranded, yeah, I want food, yeah, I want water, yeah, I want, you know, clothes to keep me warm and keep me cool and stuff, but I want to take the same pills to keep my mind from shit hitting the fan inside my head, if you know what I mean, if I am fucking bugged out and stuff, like today, you know, when I have to walk 13 miles. So if you do day to day, like many veterans, don't be embarrassed if you do, but if you do take a daily PTSD happy pill, or whatever you want to call it, make sure that you have a couple of those. If you have a 3-day bug out bag, make sure you have 4 or 5 days worth of pills in that bag somewhere. If you learn nothing else today, don't ever take your wife's car out if she doesn't have a spare tire. Prepper 22. Fail. See you in 13 miles, guys.